Story number one: DC properties are being underused. Is this true? Is this factual? What's going on? Well, there was a story that went around. Basically, the head guy, Zazlav from Warner Brothers Discovery, the CEO Zazlav said that he believes that the properties DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings are all being underused by the this came as a shock to a lot of people because they've still been releasing a gang of properties, and the you go on Twitter, Facebook, or wherever they're talking about this, and people are like, "Well, you just released all these movies and you released all this stuff, and you're still talking about you're not being underused. Yeah, you're just milking the properties. That's all you're doing. You're milking." And I think he's got a. I think people are getting it a little bit twisted, but I don't know. Have you heard this story, Theo?
Yeah, I've been kind of making the rounds. I get it. Where he's kind of coming from a business standpoint. So you remember we talked about Runner's Brothers Discovery, kind of an earnings report not too long ago on their
Hmm.
quarterly report. And so they're getting closer to being in the black. And obviously because a lot of the high executives are being compensated to go for what they call EBITDA, which is a fancy way of saying profit. So they're looking at
Yeah.
profitability. So cutting things left and right. There's huge opportunities in these IP offerings, right? DC is one of them. So many different characters, movies, TV shows, ideas that they're just not utilizing effectively, right? And so basically, so you have a product that's just sitting there and you could do more for you. Why are we not leveraging this more, right? To get more meat off the bones, if you will, right? So I get where he's coming from is, hey, we already own this, right? We don't have to develop anything else new. We just need to just put it out there. So I think that's kind of what he's getting at. But obviously people are taking the wrong way because it's coming from this guy who's cutting things left and right, canceling Batgirl movies. So he's just a bad guy in a lot of entertainment eyes. So when he says things like that, it's like, dude, what are you talking about, man? You just cut my job.
Yeah.
What are you discussing?
Exactly. And here's one of the comments we got from our friend Andy, and Andy's totally right here because the way this headline went out just made it sounds like he wants to milk the properties, which he does. But let me just read his comment right here. I hope he doesn't mind. He says, "In the last year, they've released Black Adam, Shazam sequel, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and then they pulled Batgirl. They also had animated projects for League of Super Pets, 10 animated features that went direct to video, as well as series like Harley Quinn and a new Superman series. They also still have a Superman series on CW, wrapped up the Arrowverse, and there are three Fantastic Beasts Wizarding World movies since 2016. And the Lord of the Rings prequel was sold off to Amazon, and that premiered. So, so Zaslav thinks that's not enough. Come on. I mean, when you look at it like that, you're like, well, yeah.
Yeah, but if you're looking at assets that can produce, when the gurus I listen to say assets produce income, right? So how much of that can you milk for additional income, aka also known as revenue? So I agree, there's stuff there, but the movie segment has not gone well, right? All those movies you mentioned did not do, relatively speaking, right, to what the expectations were. Black Adam, Shazam, and the Blue Beetle. So I think those are the things that they're looking at. Then they got Aquaman coming out, right? So they released a trailer for it this past week, I think. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's going to happen with DC. James Gunn, not to put too much of a
Uh-oh.
point on this, but he's definitely under the gun. What he's going to do with these new movies coming out?
The gun.
He's under the gun.
Yeah.
So
So,
he needs to. This Superman movie needs to be phenomenal.
so you know what? As much of a product guy and a creation guy as I am, that's totally true. I think these properties have fallen short. But I also think that the marketing, sales, branding side haven't been doing their jobs at all. You're talking about milking this and underused properties. Look, we're just now getting an Aquaman trailer. We haven't heard of this thing for a while. The last time we saw him was sitting in sewer water in The Flash. And we're like, what the hell's going on with this dude? And now it's all of a sudden the trailer came out. In fact, trailer came out, no hype. I didn't even watch it. It's still sitting there on my watch this now list. And I'm so I don't wanna say upset with how they're rolling this stuff out. I'm just like, "Come on, man, give me hype for the experience, talk to me, put some merch on the shelf so when I go to the store, I'm like, 'Hey, I want that bat jacket. Hey, I like that. I want my Flash lightning lapel cuffs,' or whatever." Nothing is coming out. If you go on Twitter, like I always do just to see what the people are saying, yeah, everybody's, "Hey, how come we didn't get jackets of the Superman crew when they did, like, the Superman all the different Supermen and
Mhm.
Superboy from the Doomsday kinda thing? Why didn't they have jackets of all those characters?" They actually had jackets in the show, didn't have jackets in real life. Blue Beetle, people say the marketing was way less than it should have been for what it was. Didn't really do a lot of Latino angled marketing. I know when you did Black Panther, it didn't matter if that was good or not. All the bruh showed up.
Listen, man, of us had the Wakanda Forever salute in front of the poster, man. So it's yeah, they just I don't know, man. It's like seeing you're right. I think the marketing is like falling down. It's like they're gun shy, man. It's like you market, you can't be scared when you market, man. Might as well not market at all. It's almost to that point. It's look, these releases stuff, don't even say nothing. Oh, they did a surprise DC movie on us on a Friday night. Oh wow, let's go check it out. You save so much more money than but you gotta go all in, man. You just gotta just don't be scared.
Marketers like to market when they have something to market. If you just let them do their thing and, "Hey, listen, we got this cool stuff. We got this happening. What can we do with this?" Back in the video game company, I used to love hanging out with the marketing department because they're like, "Oh man, this will be great. We can do T-shirts, we can do posters, and listen, check this out. We got this new holographic poster that my friend makes." And it's like they get so excited about the marketing nonsense they do. Yes, I called it that. They get so excited about it that I get excited for them. I'm like, "Wow, that is really cool. That nonsense is really exciting, man." And just I just wonder what they're feeling over there. But just another sign of the times with DC where they are right now.
I think we need to do a pod on how we would save the DCU. We're gonna have to play with two pods, man. How we're gonna save the DCU and how we're gonna save the MCU.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Hero 'cause hero movies, dead or alive. That's what it's all about.